Hello everyone, in this video let us talk about removing a screen from a workflow. So there was a question asked on the community recently where one user called Ken Jacob, Ken Jacobs, wanted to basically remove a screen from a workflow, and he also attached this screenshot of a workflow where you can see here that there's a workflow with different steps, and of course these transitions. And for some of these transitions, there is a screen. Let us say when you move the ticket or the issue from open to done directly, there could be a screen that will be displayed, which is known as the transition screen. But you can always modify it. So let us see how we can do that. So first we need to find out the workflow. So if I look at my Jira instance here, I have of course different projects, and there are a couple of ways to find the workflow and modify it. You can go to the project. Let us say if I click on one of my project, let us say in this case bug tracking, I will be able to take a look at the issues. And if I go to the project settings on the left hand side, and by the way, I'm doing this on Jira Cloud because it seems like that the person wanted to know how to do it on the cloud. On server, it is of course a bit similar. All you need to do, you need to go to the project settings. If you are directly going to modify the workflow, which is uh, there only for your project, you may have cases where the workflow is also used by other projects. And anyways, whenever you modify the workflow, you can see on top if there are other projects using the same workflow. So what you can do here, when you're on the left hand side, you can click on the workflows link, and then you can of course take a look at the workflow that you have. So if I, let us say, click on the edit sign here, this small pencil, I can take a look at my workflow. Now this is the workflow that I can modify. And if you look at the workflow here, you have different transitions like from to do to I mean, these are the different steps that you have, and these are the of course statuses. So from to do, you can go to either in progress, in review, and done. So let us say if I click on to do to done, it is something similar to what this user mentioned. So this transition happens instantly because it says transition is available to all steps in the workflow, but there is no screen attached. So usually, I mean, it depends on the workflow, but there could be a screen, that can be displayed. So if you want to display, let us say the default screen, it could be any screen, but uh, if you have a situation where there is a screen attached to that particular transition, you can actually see that screen here. So all you need to do, you need to click on the transition, and then of course when you click on the transition, you will be able to take a look at any screen if there is a screen. So I'll do that again. Let us say if you are working on a transition from to do to in progress or to do to in review, so just click on the transition ID, and you can see here that there is a screen, there is a field here that says if there is a screen attached to it or not. And if there is a screen and you want to remove it, you can click on the edit option on top, and of course you can remove it. So this is one way of reaching the workflow. The other way to reach the workflow is let us say you are let me go back to the main uh, interface, I mean the list of projects. So you can also go to the Jira settings, and I'm doing it on cloud. On server, you need to go to the Jira administration section on the top right corner. But on cloud, there is something called as Jira settings, and you can click on issues, and then you can click on the workflows, and finally you can take a look at these workflows. So let us say if you want to modify one of the workflow, let us say I want to modify which one I should pick, maybe task management workflow. I can click on the edit, and it will open the workflow in edit mode. Then you will find the same workflow editor where you can modify the workflow, and you just need to click on the transition ID here. Let us say if you are working on a transition from to do to done, just click on the transition ID, which is 21, but done. The name of the transition is done, and then you can modify the screen by clicking the button on top right corner. And once you do your change, you will be able to publish the workflow, and then your workflow will be applied, and it will be published on the project. So just make sure that your workflow is not really used. You just need to know whether it is used in one project or maybe multiple projects in your Jira instance. And this is all I wanted to share in this video. I hope you enjoyed and you learned something new today. Thank you very much.